Okay, fourth hour and fifth hour probably. Chapter 4 review. Okay, not a ton of things in chapter 4. All right, a few things we've already talked about. Well, all of it we've talked about already, but a few things I want to point out / go over again just to make sure we know. Okay, first thing they talk about chapter 4. Talk about schedules. All right, so this is the point in the book where they showed you the schedule of the German student. You see what classes they have, what times they have them, what days they have them. So, okay, so the most important thing, when and what. Okay, when you have the classes and what classes you have. Big words that we use there. Welche, yeah? Welche Fächer hast du? What classes do you have? There's our what, okay? Welche Fächer hast du? Next one. Wann is when, okay? So for example, wann hast du Deutsch? Wann hast du Deutsch? When do you have German? Okay, so there's our when and our what with our schedules. And of course we can talk specifically about when we ask the question, wann hast du Deutsch? Ich habe Deutsch am Montag, Mittwoch und Freitag. Or we can say, ich habe Deutsch von 11:46 bis 12:39. Okay, both options work. One's more specific than the others. Neither one is wrong. Okay? Next one, probably the most important one that we make sure that we know. Haben. When we think about haben, hopefully we can think of what it means pretty easily. Okay, hopefully in your head, as soon as I wrote it down, you wrote or you thought to have. Okay, haben is to have. So I'm going to throw the forms up here. That way we have them. All right, so there are all our pronouns. Okay, so now of course, haben, some of it works the same, some of it works differently. So ich, if you remember, works normally. Ich habe, ich habe. Du and here's the S are the two that are different, that do not work the way that we're used to. Okay, and if you remember, for both of these, the difference is instead of just dropping the EN, we drop the BEN and add our ending, which gives us for do, hast, du hast, you have. Here's the S, hat, hot, he has, or sie hat, she has. Okay, this plural side works the way that we're used to. So we drop the ending, drop the EN, put our ending on. So wir will stay haben, wir is EN of course. Ihr habt, okay, drop the EN, add our ending which is a T. Ihr habt, and ihr is you guys. Sie, plural, they haben. Sie haben, they have. You formal, also haben. Okay, Sie haben or haben Sie if we're asking a question. Okay, so there's our forms of haben. If you don't have those down, you may want to get them down somewhere. Next, going back to school, we're using haben, talking about grades. Okay, in German, the way grades work, they do numbers instead of letters. Okay, and what that means A 1 is good. A 6, the worst. Okay? So when we're writing this sentence, right, somebody can ask you, what do you have in math? Was hast du in Mathe? When we answer it, the way we're going to answer it Ich habe eine whatever. Okay, 1 through 6, whatever the number is, it goes there. The important thing to remember though, every time we're talking about a grade, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, it's eine. So ich habe eine 1, eine 2, eine 3, eine 4, so on and so on and so on and so on. Okay? So ich habe eine, whatever the number is. Talking about grades. All right. Next thing, cost of items. How much things cost? This is the word we use, kosten. Kosten. And we really only need to worry about 2 forms of this verb. Okay? We talked about them a lot last year. We used them last year. So the 2 that we're concerned about kostet and kosted. Okay? And the difference is very, very simple when you use this. Okay? We use kostet when we're talking about just one item. Okay? Kostet, just one item. Kosten, we'll use, hopefully pretty obvious for you to figure out, when we're talking about more than one item. Okay, and if it helps you to think about it this way, look at it this way, it does not matter. Singular, plural. Singular, plural. Okay, make sure we can do that when we talk about school supplies. They're also in this chapter, the erasers, the notebooks, school bags, pens, pencils, all those different things. We need to know whether we're talking about just one of them or we're talking about more than one of them. All right. Going along with kind of sort of the cost and the school supplies, we talked about where things are located. Okay? So when we get a little more specific, but not extremely specific with this. Okay, da vorn or hier vorn and da hinten. Okay, da vorn is up there in the front. Up there in the front. Here vorn, if we use here instead of da, what we have is up here in the front instead of up there in the front. Okay? Da hinten. If this is in the front, this one is going to be the opposite. Da hinten. There in the back. There in the back. And of course, if you want to use here, here hinten, here in the back. Either way works fine. Okay, these two, same word or same expression. Okay, over there. Da drüben, over there. Dort drüben, over there. Okay, so when we're talking about where things are located, these are the ones that we have so far. Okay, we also have schau or schauen Sie for look. Okay, you can use those. Just make sure we can talk about front, back, over there, either one of these expressions. All right, last thing for chapter 4. replacing der, die, and das. Okay, they talked about it in chapter 3. We didn't talk about it the other day. All right, we can replace der, die, and das. So for example, chapter 3. Die Couch ist neu. The couch is new. Okay, that one makes sense. Then, if we write another sentence about the couch, sie ist bequem. Okay, so we're replacing the couch with sie. All right, and the way that works, hopefully that helps clear it up a little bit. Okay, we have der, die, and das. Okay, those are the ones we have right now. Der, die, das. So when we replace them, der is masculine, of course. Okay, der is masculine. So now we need our masculine pronoun. We're replacing these articles with pronouns. Okay, and if it helps, articles, der, die, and das. When we have masculine, feminine, neuter. So we're using pronouns. Masculine pronoun. Er, or he, is our masculine pronoun. So der nouns, if it was a der noun here, would be replaced with er. Die nouns, as we see here, will be replaced with sie. Our feminine pronoun, she. And last, das nouns, for example, das Haus, right, the house, will be replaced with s. Our neuter pronoun. So articles can be replaced with pronouns. And that is everything that I want to make sure you know from chapter 4. So there will be a little handout in Google Classroom that you need to complete after watching this video. Okay, and also, since for some crazy reason I'm sure not all of you were able to finish the test that I gave you, or you need notes or a book, whatever it is, I'm going to change the due date for the test till the end of class today. Okay, but first, watch the video, watch this video, do this assignment, and then work on the test. Okay, video, assignment, test, that order. Okay, good luck. If you have questions, shoot a comment onto the assignment. I'll do my best to get on Google Classroom and be able to answer questions you might have. Okay?